You don't need to be an artist to know these things. Like whoever you are, whatever you do, like it can be applied to everyone in life, not just artists and architects. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are feeling good. So I recently just read a book, which is this one right here, Still Like an Artist. You guys wanted me to do a review about it, and I also wanted to do a review because it's a very interesting book. So let's just get started. So the book is written by Aston Kalyana, which he himself is a writer and an artist. The main concept of his book, where he talks about originality, and this is why this book is so interesting. He talks about how there's no such kind of thing as being original. Okay, there's no such kind of thing or no such kind of project or idea or work that is original. He talks about the fact that every creative work builds up on what came before. Okay, so he rejects the idea of create something out of nothing. You know, a lot of time, like this is a famous line that we all say, like you should be able to create something out of nothing. You know, we always say that, but he rejects that. He says that you should actually have something and be inspired by other people, as like multiple kind of different people, and then come up with your own thing, come up with your own path from being inspired from their works. Okay, so to be honest, I knew most of the things that was talked about in this book, but what was interesting for me is I came to those facts via experiences. Like it took me so many years, like not so many years, like just a few years actually. It took me a few years, like 2 years, to actually realize certain things, to actually come to the conclusion that's talked about in this book. And I came to that conclusion via experiences. So one thing that I wish to go back in time and give this book to my younger self to read, because I kind of got hurt along the way of realizing these facts, because I had to know them by trial and error. I had to go through certain stages to actually know about the facts that I was talking about in this book. So, because back then when I was in university, especially in the first and second year, I thought I should not be inspired by other people. I thought my ideas should only come from inside me, and I should not look up other people's work, because then, that will be copied. I would copy from their works, and that's not acceptable. I thought my ideas should only come inside me. That's when it's called original. Okay, but I realized it later that was like a wrong mindset that I had, which was not correct, and this book literally talks about that. Although I know most of the thing in this book, but it felt so good that it validates the facts I already knew. So it also talks about certain kind of things. It tells you how you should be influenced by other people, and how's the way you should take things from them, or how to steal like an artist. What are the ways? It talks about how you should not ever take things from one artist or one influencer, rather than you should be inspired by multiple different kind of people, then come up with your own thing. That's how originality is called, So I don't want to spoil the book. I hope you guys actually read it yourself, but it also talks about several other points that is key to creativity. For example, it talks about how if you're not ready or you don't know what you're doing, that's fine. You should still get started. It talks about how it is okay to get started although you're not ready. Because I had this problem, a lot of people have this problem. They're like, I know I need to do something, but I don't know what that thing is, that's why I'm not getting started. But he actually cancels this idea. He says, although you don't know exactly what you want, you should still get started. Because if not, if you're waiting to figure out things, you will never ever be able to figure out things just by sitting there. So you should actually get started and get doing things, and then you'll find yourself along the way. So there's a lot of good tips in this book, and let me tell you that this is actually a small book. Like, you can actually finish it in one sitting. It is that short. It contains a lot of like illustration. It's so nicely organized. So you can actually finish it in one sitting, and it's a book you can consistently go back to it and read from it. So, and let me tell you something before we finish the video, is that this book is not only for artists alone, rather than this is for almost everyone. Like, if I would suggest this book to someone, I would definitely suggest the first year and second year students of architecture and art school to read this book, because it's really, really important to have some insights of these things. But I would actually suggest this book to anyone to read it, because you don't need to be an artist to know these things. Like, whoever you are, whatever you do, like if you have your own work, your own business, or you're doing any kind of projects or any kind of idea and concept you have in your mind, you should still be knowing the things that are talked about in this book, because it can be applied to everyone in life, not just artists and architects. So I would highly suggest you to read this book and learn from it and take the notes. So yeah, if you are an architecture student, please read that book, because it will open up your eyes. Maybe some of you actually already know these things, but back in the days when I was a first year student, I never knew these things. It took me so long to realize it and figure everything out by myself. But you have got the opportunity, I'm telling you. Read the book, learn from the things, and save yourself a lot of time. And that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want me to do more review. This is the first time I actually do a book review. I didn't want to go into so much detail, so I would not spoil the book. And that's pretty much it. If you are interested in art and architecture content or self-development, then you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on Instagram. That's it for now. Take care and be safe. Wassalam.